The usuals. Alright. I don't remember anything that happened last time. Wait, there's a button for this. No. Journal. Who is Hayner? We're already getting a dang ass cutscene? You're kidding me. Is this a real cutscene or is this a not cutscene? Alright. So we're into Act 3 already. And just 2 streams, we're already into Act 3. Or, yeah, just the second one, we're already here. And this is when, so I'm sure you've been wondering, like, where the hell is Bottom and all of his crew? Well, they've shown up now. And during all of this, Titania is asleep on stage. She's just chilling, sleeping away. And they say that enter the clowns. Remember, that's Bottom, Quince, Snout, Starving, Snug, and Flute. I think we got an extra person in there. I guess, yeah, it's always going to be a real one. Well, you know, they do a cutscene and then they stop immediately to let you play for a second and then you leave. But let's get started. We're starting with Bottom and Quince, and they're talking. Are we all met? Pat, and here's a marvel's content place for our rehearsal. This green plot shall be our stage, and the hawthorn break of our tiring house, and we will do this in action and before the Duke. Peter Quince, thou sayest, what sayest thou, Bully Bottom? There are things of this comedy of Pyramus and Thisbe that will never please. First, Thisbe must draw a sword to kill himself, which the ladies cannot abide. How answer that? By a larkin, a perilous fear. I believe we must leave the killing out. Then, when all is done. And see, all this kind of shit, there's already a scene and all this stuff. So they're just complaining about a scene right now, that they don't want any killing. Well, guess what? Killing's important. Let's do some of that. Oh, this one's got spikes. Am I gonna have to fight this guy now? This is clearly not a cutscene. Oh my god, I hate it. Not a wit. I have a... this is Bottom speaking at this point, trying to explain what's going to happen. I have a device to make it all well. I have a device to make me all well. Write a prologue and let the prologue seem to say that we do no harm with our swords, and that Pyramus is not killed indeed. And for the more better assurance, tell them that I, Pyramus, am not Pyramus, but Bottom, a weaver. This will put them out of fear. So essentially... I know it's fine. It's fine. Anyway, Bottom is like, hey, here's a solution to our problem, which is essentially to explain the whole play before they do the play, which is kind of what I'm doing. Time has completely halted. You just got here. Nothing's happened so far. Oh my god. I just lost my bookmark. Well, we have such a prologue, and it shall be written in 8 and 6. No, make it 2 more. Let it be written in 8 and 8. Oh my god, it happened again. Will not the ladies be afeard of the lion? I fear it, I promise it. I promise you. And Starveling, remember, is the lion, so he's like, oh yeah, they're gonna be scared when I do this. Bottom is saying, Masters, you ought to consider this with yourself. To bring in, God shield us. A lion among ladies is a dreadful thing. For it is not more fearful, wildfowl of the lion living, that we ought to look to it. Therefore, another prologue must tell that he is not a lion. Nay, you must you must name his name, and half his face must be seen through the lion's neck, and he himself shall speak through thus. Or to the same defect, ladies or fair ladies. This guy is definitely a what do you call them? Like the people who do milady and all that stuff? It's definitely that kind of guy. Absolutely. Where am I? Fair ladies, I would wish you, or I would request you, or I will entreat you not to fear, not to tremble, my life for yours. It is I that I think I come hither as a lion, whereas I am pity of my life. No, I am no such thing. I am a man as other men. And there indeed, let him name his name, and tell them plainly that he is Snug, the joiner. How about that? Nice guys. I'm now using this Outback gift card as my bookmark. Wee, what are we doing? All right, here we go. I'm looking for a guy, probably. Look at these fights. Also, we already have scan set up. I didn't have to do that. I just got that yesterday. Good lord. Alright, how do I check that? Is that customize? No. That's abilities, good lord. That's the weapon ability. So weapons have abilities. And then you can add stuff. You can block? Oh my god. Oh my god. It's more like a parry. The voice... the mansion? Oh, right. I need a skateboard. Where? That was in the big square area? But... Can I do a job? Oh, I'll come back later. They knew that. They knew I would look. Oh, where what? It's a whole... Oh my god. I like that they have abilities. It's very exciting. It's like, ooh, there's more utility behind them. I can't. Wow. Hey, where do you think that hole is? Do you remember? I don't. Uh-huh. I blocked it. Did you see that? Are you proud of me? The woods. Y'all, I'm getting this combat down. The big spiky guys aren't that threatening, TBH. As I get my ass destroyed by them. Nice. Alright, this feels like a real cutscene. And then this is now Quince kind of explaining everything. Well, it shall be so. But but there are two hard things. This is to bring the moonlight into a chamber. For you know, Pyramus and Thisbe meet by moonlight. Doth the moon shine? Doth the moon shine that night we play our play? A calendar! A calendar! Look at the almanac! Find out the moonshine! Find out the moonshine! And of course, this nerd, Quince, has a book with this in it. Like, he just has it with him all the time. Yes, it doth shine that night. Why then we may leave a casement for the great chamber window. When we are play open and the moon may shine into the casement. So they're very excited that this is going to happen. The nerd, right? All right, we're in the mansion. What is this wiggly walker? Oh. Dining room. Oh my god, that's a sword. I almost said, oh my god, now he's a guitar. When no, he's not a guitar. What the hell? But I'm thinking the guitar is in the ground. Because they're like, you know? You get what I mean? Massive blast could have broken this. The state of this castle is something that Chaz would make fun of because it looks just fine and there's just a little bit of debris like he made fun of in Dragon Quest. Items. That is not better? Wow, that's... No, what? Oh, it would... Yeah, no. Get a hot 1 defense. Elven banana. I mean, you're not wrong. Like, he would look at this and say, like, this looks fine. Like, what happened here? Right, Chaz? Right? Like, these aren't broken. He would be upset about that. Ew! Oh my god, you can open chest in the middle of fights. That might be the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I would hit the square. The library. And see, this place looks fine. It's staring at the floor. A symbol is drawn in 2 circles. You can continue drawing if you only have the right circle. Right, the right clue, not circle. This is... It does look like wallpaper. This is one of those sophisticated people who has, like, the library wallpaper, but no books in their house. Oh my god, yeah, getting potions and elixirs, like, in the middle of a fight. But you can't equip them in the middle of a fight, right? Well, you might be able to. I mean, well, no, I guess you can't. Auto reload, that's right. I can't wait to auto reload. I think buying like 10 books would be a lot cheaper and easier than getting wallpaper and installing that. So this is Quint talking again about, you know, just getting ready for things. Aye, or else one must come into the bush of thorns and a lantern, and say he comes for the to disfigure or to present the or to present the person of moonshine. Then there is another thing. We must have a wall that is a great chamber for Pyramus and Thisbe. Says the story did talk through the crink in the wall. And this is now kind of chiming in. You can never bring in a wall. What say you, Bottom? Some man or other must present wall. So he's saying that someone needs to actually play the part of a wall. That guy looks like Roxas. And let him some plaster and some loan and and some rough cast of him, and to signify wall, or let him hold his fingers thus, and through this crammy shall Pyramus and Thisbe whisper. So he's saying that in this scene, he actually wants like a dude to just kind of walk up and like make a spot with his hands so that they can talk to. So you're like, oh, it's definitely a wall. If that may be, then all is well. Come, sit down, every mother's son, and rehearse your parts. Pyramus, you begin. When you have spoken your speech, enter into the break, and so everyone and so everyone according to his cue. Then enters our buddy Robin Goodfellow, Puck, and he's off to the side, and he's all like, "Yo, what's going on?" He's invisible to everyone on stage, but we all know he's there because that's just how spirits be. What happened? What happened, Homespurs? Have we swaggering here, so near the cradle of the fairy queen? What, a play toward? I'll be the auditor, and the actors, and an actor too, perhaps, if I see cause. Speak, Pyramus. Thisbe, stand forth. So this is Bottom now speaking as Pyramus. So now there's a play within a play. Oh my god. Thisbe the flowers of odorous savor sweet. Odors, odors, they cry. Odors, savor sweet. So hath thy breath, my dearest Thisbe dear. But hark, a voice. Shall thou be stay thou but here a while, and by I will be thee to appear. And he exits. So Robin off to the side, a stranger Pyramus, and Eric played here, and he also leaves because he's gonna do some dirty shit here in a second. May I speak now? Aye, Mary, must you, for you must understand, he goes to see a noise that is heard, and it is to come again. So Flute speaks now as Thisbe. Most radiant Pyramus, most lily white of hue, of color like the red rose of the triumphant bear. Most briskly juvenile in the Eric moss of the lowly Jew. As truest and truest horse. As truest horse, that that yet would never tire. I meet thee I meet thee Jesus Christ. I meet thee Pyramus at Ninny's tomb. Nias tomb, man. Why you must not speak that yet. You must answer to Pyramus. You speak all of your part at once. Cues and all. Pyramus, enter. Your cue is past. It is never tire. So Flute says, oh, like he's kind of messed up here at this point. As true as the truest horse, and yet as true as the truest horse, and yet thou never tire. So enters Robin Goodfellow, and then Bottom as Pyramus. But now he's got an ass's head for his head. So a donkey's head for his head. Oh my god, can you believe it? His head's changed. It's the perfect time to put on a new costume. But, you know, our friend Robin Goodfellow has now made Bottom an ass, which is pretty great. And kids love this shit because they get to say ass, and it's totally fine. It's very Canterbury Tales, but, you know, before that. I have no idea when the Canterbury Tales came out. I could have never seen this coming. Exactly. If I were fair, Thisbe, I am only thine. And then everybody's like, oh shit, what's going on? Oh, monstrous, oh strange, we are haunted. Pray, masters, fly, masters, help. And then everybody leaves except for Puck and Bottom. And Puck's or Robin Goodfellow. I'll follow you. I'll lead you all around. Through bog, through brush, through brake, and through briar. Sometimes a horse I'll be, sometimes a hound, a hog, a headless bear, sometimes a fire, and neigh, a bark. And neigh and bark and grunt and roar and burn like horse, like hog, like hound, like bear, like fire at every turn. So essentially, he's going to go chase these guys now. There's a lot going on. And yeah, because his name is Bottom's pretty good. I'm in a white room. And they're drawings. So I saw a dude. Was it Roxas? I'm just back here. Okay. Oh. Oh, that's not an exit. Why isn't that an exit? Yeah. Did I sing though? I'm not sure I sang. Was that a sing? Ooh! Oh, these spiky guys aren't threatening at all now. He says as he gets destroyed. I've made that joke twice now, but it's fine. Let's fight another thing so I can level up. I was blocking. Oh, I gotta ring the bell. Hang on. I'm gonna do it. Good bell. Oh, does he have to make the secret Mickey? Probably. Why do they... I could not find my spot. Why do they run away? Why do they run away? This is an... this is a navy of... This is a, navy of them to make me afeared. So while they're running around, they're going to start entering to actually, like, talk to them and stuff. So Snout comes in first. Oh, Bottom, thou art changed. What do I see on thee? What do you see? You see an ass head of yours. You see an ass head of your own, do you? And then Snout exits. Then Quince enters. Bless thee, Bottom, bless thee. Thou art translated. And he leaves as well. They see this naively. This is an ass of me, to fright me as if they could. But I will not stir from this place. Do what they can. I will walk up and down here, and I will sing, and I will hear, and I shall hear, and I shall not be afraid. So he starts to sing. The ouzel cock of black, so black of hue, with the orange twainy bill. The trossel of his note so true, the thrying, the wren, with a little quill. And then Titania, who's hanging out over here. Is all like, oh my god, what's that beautiful music I hear? I'm going to wake up and I'm going to see this beautiful man. And remember, Titania's got the sleep potion on her eyes, the love potion on her eyes, so when she sees a thing, she's going to fall in love with it. We get some treasure. A high potion. I need to equip this stuff. Items. High potion. High potion. You can play the game in third person? First person? Oh my god, get out of here. Get out of here. This is so neat. Oh, we will. We will try it. So Titania is waking up at this point. And she says, what angel wakes me from my flowery bed? The finch, the sparrow, and the lark, the plain song cuckoo gray. Whose note full many a man doth mark, and darest not answer nay. For indeed, who would set his writ into the foolish cry of a bird? Who give a bird lie to make the cry of the cuckoo never so? And Titania's all like, I pray thee, gentle mortal, sing again. Mine ear is much enamored with thy note, so it is mine eye enthralled by thy shape, and thy fair virtue force perforce doth move me on the first view to say, I swear. I love thee. So, of course, Titania's now in love with an ass. She was already in love with an ass, and his name was Oberon. Oh! Methinks, mistress, you should have a little reason for that. And yet to say to the truth, reason and love keep little company together nowadays. The more the pity that some honest neighbors will not make them friends. Nay, I can gleek upon occasion. And gleek means to make a joke. Thou art as wise as thou art beautiful. Not so neither. But if I had writ enough to get out of this wood, But I have wit enough to get out of this wood. I have enough to serve my own turn. Out of this wood do not desire to go. Do not desire to go. Thou shalt remain here within, whether thou wilt or no. I am the spirit of no common rate. The summer still doth tend upon my state, and I do love thee. Therefore, go with me. I'll give thee fairies to attend to thee, and they shall fetch thee jewels from the deep, and sing while thou on pressed flowers dost sleep. And I will purge the mortal grossness, so that you shalt like an airy spirit go, peas bottom, cobweb, mott, and mustard seed. So enter a bunch of cool ass fairies. Now these cool fairies are pretty great because they're just cool and they're just fancy, and they have very few lines, but they're super fancy. So peas bottom says ready, cobweb, and I, mott, and I, mustard seed, and I, and they all say, where shall we go? And Titania starts a really nice little speech here, like that. Be kind and courteous to this gentleman. Hop in his walks and and gambol in his eyes. Feed him with the apricots and the dewberries, with purple grapes, green figs, and mulberries. The honey bag seal from the humble bees, and for night trapper's crop with the waxen thighs. And light of the fiery glowworm's eyes. To have my love to bed, and to arise, and to pluck the wings from the painted butterflies, to fan the moonbeams of his sleeping eyes, to nod to him, elves, and do him curtsies. Very nice little line there. We Kylo Ren, and there's another save point. This looks like someone's data. We can take their social security information. This is event. You do not know what this device is. We get another save point. Oh, it's not an option? I'm sorry, did I take that one off? Let me fix that. I'm sorry, let me manage them. Oh my god, where is it? Watch the cutscene. Oh, it's cheap too. Ugh. I'm so sorry that was not on there. Now it is. Oh, we're back in the library. Oh my god, why is it set up this way? Why does it do this? I'm not changing it. This has got to be just a fight. It sure as hell is. To feel the strange enemies. We got this. These guys look stronger because they're different colors, I think. Am I a robot now? Like, or does that change with whatever area you're in? Oh my god. I saw those. Those were really neat. Or, I mean, I saw that you've been posting. I don't know if it's just the lighting. But look at this. No, I meant the little thing in the command thing in the bottom corner. I've seen you posting a lot of FF14 stuff, and it's been very delightful. I don't know anything about it other than it's Final Fantasy and they're like Moogles. But the little commands in the bottom corner, that changes with the area. That's great. I love that. That's a nice touch.
Simply amazing.
Simply amazing, Roxas. I don't know who this man is. I don't remember where I was. Oh, here we are. The fairies are all saying, "Hi, hail, mortal! Hail, hail, hail! I cry your worship's mercy heartily. I beseech your worship name." So he's starting to speak to each of the fairies now. And the fairy says, "Cobweb, I shall desire you for more acquaintance. Good Master Cobweb. If I cut my finger, I shall make bold with you. Your name, honest gentleman, Peas Bottom. I pray you command me Command me to Mistress Squash, your mother. Oh, hell, I'm gonna fight. I pray you commend me to Mistress Squash, your mother, and to Master Peascod, your father. Good Master Peasbottom, I shall desire you of more acquaintance too. Your name, I beseech you, sir. Mustard Seed. Good Master Mustard Seed, I know you are a patience well, and some cowardly giant-like ox beef that hath devoured many a gentleman of your house. I promise you. You kindred hath made my eyes water ere now. I desire you of more acquaintance, my good master Mustard Seed. Defeat Axel. Am I doing damage? I am. Oh my god, I am killing this guy. Oh, I had a move. Also, it's on fire. I did something. Well, how did I get 2 Keyblades that are kick ass? Am I gonna die? I keep running into the walls. Yeah, I think we got the things. I'm Roxas. That's what he says. Now Titania is gonna start to speak. Titania, I'm gonna mix this up all the time. Come, wait upon him. Lead him into my burrow. Lead him into my bower, rather. The moon, methinks, looks with a watery eye. Looks with a watery eye, and when she weeps, weeps every little flower, lamenting some enforced chastity. Tie up my lover's tongue, bring him silently. So that ends Act 3, Scene 1. So the big thing to remember is that now Bottom has a donkey head, and it's great. All right, I gotta give a little preface here for Act 3, Scene 2, which I'm gonna swap in a second. This is long as hell. This is long as hell, and there's a lot of characters talking all at once. It's going to not be great, but we're gonna get through it. I read through it this morning, and I'm like, oh man, this is... But we did get to see a Canker Blossom, and I can't wait to show you that. It's gonna be a lot, but just bear with me. I'm only planning on reading through this scene today as well. This is going to be our last... I'm going to stop at the end of this scene because I want to finish... I want to do the last 2 acts together, and we'll do those for the... probably next week. So today's is going to just be get through Act 3. And if there are other scenes, we'll deal with it. What is this machine? Where did I... What is this? Power of darkness prevents my entrance. Oh my god. These scenes are gonna murder me. Important way later. Oh man, I love to backtrack. So, Act 3... Oh my god, it's Goofy and Donald. Act 3, Scene 2. Let's start talking about this. There's Oberon, and he's just chilling in a field. And he's... How does he know who Donald is? We'll watch the next one.
At last, the Keyblade's chosen one.
Who are you talking to? Me? Or Sora?
To half of Sora, of course. You reside in darkness. What I need is someone who can move about the realm of light and destroy Organization
What?
13.
Why? Who are you?
I am a servant of the world. And if I'm a servant, then you should consider yourself a tool at best.
Was that supposed to be a joke? 'Cause I'm not laughing!
My apologies. This is only a data-based projection.
Excuse me. What is this?
Come, over here.
I hate you so much.
You should share some of that hatred with Sora. He's far too nice for his own good.
No! My heart belongs to me! Sora.
How does he know who Sora is? His dreams.
You're lucky. Looks like my summer vacation is over.
Oh no. Oh my god, the game is just starting. Get out of here. Also, PK, congratulations on your bingo. Mickey? Oh my god, we're still in a cutscene. His small son.
Sora,
He's not carrying him. Where is he?
who's there?
Sora, wake up!
What are you doing?
I'm playing Kingdom Hearts. And it's Ed and Faustina's birthday.
Happy birthday.
He's so flat. They're saying hi. She said peace. If he says what's for breakfast, I'm gonna be pissed and I'm gonna turn the game off.
Donald! Goofy!
This is just as bad, but
That was some nap.
You mean we were asleep?
I guess we must have been, or I don't think we'd be so drowsy.
When do you think we went to sleep?
Let's see. We defeated Ansem,
Yep.
restored peace to the world, found Kairi. Oh yeah, and then we went to look for Riku. I think that's right so far.
What does your journal say, Jiminy?
Gee, there's only one sentence. Thank nominate. I wonder who that is. Well, what do you say we find out where we are?
What? Oh, now we have party. Oh my god, they have a party in, party out system? That's so much better. What happened to all my levels? Journal. Look around outside. Customize. You haven't either. What? How do I take this off? Last hope? Same reloaded in battle. Oh, after battle. He starts with Kira. Oh my god. This is all complicated. What did I switch this to? Auto reload on. I want this, right? He has potion. Here's my party. Here are my items. Have a bandana. Oh my god, okay, customize. No. You. How do I just take this off? Wait, okay, auto reload off. Only not be set in the slot once it's been used. Off. Okay. So after these get used, they get taken off, I guess. Okay. But I want Goofy, yes, Goofy, to get stuff. And they have MP. Oh my god, this is amazing. It's so good. We're in the woods. What happened to Roxas? Is he him now?
Yeah.
Oh my god. He had to go back. Is he in school though? Okay. So is he gonna be all like, oh, I know this place? Oberon's chilling in a field, and he says, I wonder if Titania be awakened. Be awakened. Then what is the then what it was that next came in her eye, which you must dote on extremely. So enter Robin Goodfellow. Here comes my messenger. How now, mad spirit? What night rule? What night rule now with the haunted about this haunted grove? Robin Goodfellow is going to summarize everything that's just happened. My mistress with a monster is in love, near to her close and consecrated, in her consecrated bower. While she was in her dull and sleepless hour, a crew of Patches, rude mechanicals that work for beard upon Athenian stalls, that work for bread upon Athenian stalls, were met together to rehearse a play, in turn indebted for great Theseus's nuptial day. The shallowest thick skin of the barren sort, who Pyramus represented in their sport, forsook his scene and entered in a break. When I when I did him at the advantage take, an ass's knoll I fixed on his head. Anon his Thisbe must be answered, and and forth my mimic comes. When they spy him, As wild geese, they have creeping fowler eye, or wrestle patch, or wrestle patched. Jesus Christ, I am dying here. Theseus does suck, yes. Or wrestle patched coughs, many in sort, rising and cawing at the gun's report. Severed themselves, madly sweep the sky. So, as his sight, away his fellows fly. Essentially, that entire little like fancy shit that he's saying was they got scared and ran away. Shakespeare, what a guy! And at our stamp, here o'er and o'er one falls. His murder cries and help from the Athenian calls. Their sense thus weak, lost with their fears thus strong, make senseless things being of them wrong. For briars and thorns of their apparel snatch, some sleeves, some hats, some yieldings, all things catch. I led them on their distracted fear, and left sweet Pyramus translated here. When in the moment so it came to pass, Titania wakened, and straightway loved an ass. How about that? That's pretty great. That's pretty great. This falls out better than I could have deceived, than I could have devised. But that's how yet latched the Athenian eyes with the love juice, as I did bid thee do. I took him sleeping, and that is finished too, and the Athenian woman by his side. That when he waked, of force she must be eyed. Shit's about to go down here in a second, though. Let's save. In the back alley. Why don't you get a job? What? He's looking for you at the station. We're gonna get in another dang ass cutscene. Oh my god. So who should enter into the scene? If I'm on the right page. Who should enter into the scene but Demetrius and Hermia? Now remember, Hermia likes Demetrius. But Demetrius... No, wait. I've always got... Shit. Is it Helena? Hang on. Hang on. Hermia likes Lysander. Hermia likes Lysander. Demetrius also likes Hermia. Helena likes Demetrius. But now, Lysander is in love with Helena. It's all bad. That's all you gotta know. So enters Demetrius and Hermia. Oberon says, stand close. This is the same Athenian. And Robin Goodfellow says, this is the woman, but this is not the man. But not this man. And so they step aside, and I'm not even going to get to read this argument that we're about to read. It's a long argument. I have no idea what I'm doing now. Let's check our journal. Go to see the king. Mickey? Can he do jobs? Hold on. Huh. Then what's the point of them? Where is the train? Also, wait a minute. What kind of... He's like covering his head? No. I see a box. Hi, Potion. Everyone say hello to Potion. Where is the train? What are these bees? I can't find. Can't. Oh, there's. Oh, can I make it? Oh, is this gonna think? We're fine. I'm sorry, I'm picking up treasure. AP boost. Hold the phone. Okay, so who needs AP? I feel like we should always give it to Sora because he's gonna get the most abilities. that too. Support your local newspapers, everybody, if you can. I don't know where the train station is. What station is it? Sir Kitty, your new nickname is Shield Buster. I don't know where I'm going. Uphill from your friends. I don't know where they are. I don't have friends in this game. Is this uphill? This looks uphill. Oh, it's probably up here. No, Emmy, are you saying yes to me not having any... That's the back alley. To me not having any friends? They gave me a question mark, so this is definitely a... No. So Demetrius and Hermia now are speaking. Starting with Demetrius. Oh, why rebuke you him that loves you so? Lay breath so bitter on your bitter foe. Now, and I was doing the goofy ass voice for this. I'm not doing it anymore. Now, I but child, for I should use these worse. For I should use thee worse. For thou, I fear, hast given me a cause to curse. Shit, I'm in a fucking fight. Mad about it. I'm gonna restart that section in a second. Oh my god, they're actually fighting. They're doing things. My party's good. They're doing things. Except Goofy, he's not doing a whole lot, but. Well, Donald was doing stuff, which is pretty great. Remember when Donald didn't do anything ever and just died? And people are leveling up. This is amazing. Numbers are going up. That guy was slinking across the floor. It's spooky. Alright, is this real or not? I'm not sure. Oh, we got things going. Now I but child, and I should not use these words for worse. For thou, I fear, hast given me a cause to curse. If thou hast slain Lysander in his sleep, bring o'er his shoes in blood, purge and plunge in the deep, and kill me too. The sun has, the sun was not so true unto the day, as he to me would have stolen away. For sleeping Hermia, I'll believe as so. This whole earth, many be bored and have. The whole earth may be bored, and that the moon may through the center creep, and so displease her brother noontide. Her brother Moontide with the antipodes. It cannot be, but thou hast murdered him. So should a murderer look so dead, so grim. Demetrius is responding at this point. I'm not in the center of the frame. Oh my god. So should the murdered look, and so should I, pierce through the heart with the stern cruelty. Yet you, the murdered, look so bright as clear, yet so bright as clear, to as yonder Venus of her glimmering sphere. What's this to my Lysander? Where is he? And good Demetrius, wilt wilt thou give him me? Give him me. That was right. I had rather give my carcass. I had rather give his carcass to the hounds. Oh, dog, you cur! Thou devious, thou drivest me past the bounds of maiden's patience. Hast thou slain him then? Henceforth, be never numbered among men. Oh, once true. I'm getting all kinds of things, and I'm just skipping them. Oh, once true tell. Oh, once tell true even of my sake. Durst thou have looked upon him being awake, and thou hast killed him sleeping, or brave touch? Oh, brave touch! Could not a worm, an adder, do so much? An adder did it for the double tongue. That thou serpent, never adder stung. Which that was very. This whole section with the adder is actually really good. She's calling him a snake because he's a sneaky snake. Oh my god. Demetrius, you spend your passion on this misfired mood. I am not guilty of Lysander's blood, blood, nor is he dead. For aught that I can tell. I pray thee, tell me that he is well, and if I could, what should I get therefore? A privilege never to see me more, and for thy hated presence part I so. See me no more, whether he be dead or no. And then she leaves. So Demetrius is left on stage. So he's all like, there's no following her in this fierce vein. Here thenceforth for a while I will remain. So sorrow's heaviness doth heavier grow, for debt for the bankrupt, sleep doth sorrow woe. Once now in the sleep shall once more in some slight measure it will pay, if of this tender here I may some stay. So he lies down and he goes to sleep. So everybody's just taking a dang ass nap during this. They're just like, I'm tired, I'm gonna lie down for a little bit. And this whole thing is happening like between like 10 and 4 a.m. So people are just awake and then they take a nap and then they wake up, which isn't how you do it. You got to get a full night's rest, guys. That's a free life hack for you. Oh, sorry I was so cold before. Why are we here? Where are we? Are we in a new... We're in a new train station. Let's save again. Everybody needs a good nap. What? This is the one near the other town where we saw the mysteries, right? Not yet. Try. Do we come back to this place? Or is this done? Is this like my last chance to be in Twilight Town? Surely I come back here. But it's probably gonna be a bit. Come back to everywhere. But they're all like, hey, we're gonna go into the first big area of the game, probably. So if you don't have your splat, Mithril Shard. Platform 0. Oh my god. I think we're fine to just go. Get on this dope train.
Okay.
I feel like
let's
this is
go.
gonna cut out very quickly.
Bye.
Hey, Sora? You sure we haven't met before?
So Demetrius is now asleep. So everybody's going to sleep, taking naps. So Oberon and Robin Goodfellow have been just chilling out, watching all this. And he's like, "What, what hast thou?" And he's all mad at Robin now. "What hast thou done? Thou hast mistaken quite, and laid the love juice on some lovers, on some true love's sight. Of thy misprison, must perforce ensue some true love turn, and not a false turn true. Then fate then fate o'errules that one man holding troth, a million fail, confounding oath and oath on oath, rather. About the wood goes swifter than the wind, and Hela and Helena of Athens, look thou find. All fancy sick, she in her pail of cheer, that sighs of love that costs the fresh blood dear. But some illusion see thou bring her here. I'll charm her eyes against she do appear." Now he knows that Helena likes Demetrius. We all know that. Everybody knows that. I go, look now I go. Look how I go, swifter than an arrow from the Tartar's bow. Now Oberon goes over to Demetrius and is like, "All right, we gotta fix some stuff here. Let's fix this right now." And he says, "Flower of this purple dye, hit with Cupid's archery, sink in the apple of his eye. When his love doth spry, let her shine as gloriously as the Venus of the sky. When thou wakest, if she be by, beg for her remedy." So enters Robin. "Captain of our fairy band, Helena is here in hand, and the and the youth mistook by me, pleading for her lover's flea. Shall we their fond pageant see? Lord, what fools these mortals be." Which is the big line from this play. Oh my god, can you believe it? That's a good line right there. "Stand aside, the noise they make will cause Demetrius to wake." Then will two at once woo one, and must needs be sport alone. "And those things do best please me, and befall prosperity." So they step aside. But Helena isn't the only person that arrives here. It's also Lysander. Oh my god, that's the problem. So Lysander is here with Helena, and remember, Lysander was asleep, and Puck mistook him as being Demetrius and put the stuff on his eyes. So he woke up, saw Helena, and was all like, "Hey, I like Helena now, not Hermia. Why should you think I should not woo and scorn? Scorn and derision never come in tears. Look, when I vow, I weep, and the vow so born, and and the nativity all truth appears." It's not nativity. It is nativity. All truth appears. How can these things in me seem scorn to you, bearing the badge of faith to prove them true? Helena responds, "You do advance your cunning more and more, with the truth that when truth kills truth, oh devilish holy fray. These woes of these vows are Hermia's. Will you give her o'er? Weighing oath with oath, and you with nothing weigh. Your vows to her and me put into scales, even when weight both light as tails. I had no judgment when I to her I swore. When I to her I swore, nor none in your mind. Now you give her o'er. A second ago we mentioned Tartar's bow. This is Tartar's bow. Look at the Tartar's bow. It's really cool. I like his hat. He looks like an onion. So Lysander says Demetrius is love. Demetrius loves her, and he loves her, and he loves you not. So he's trying to convince Helena that Demetrius doesn't love her, and that now it's like, hey, Demetrius never loved you, but Lysander, he's always loved you. But she knows that's not the truth. Potion! I have no idea where I am. Ether. Do I... Alright. There's gotta be a treasure back here. Why is there no treasure back here? I'm dying. Collect information. That's rule number 17. Wow. Oh my god. The good thing is that it's some good stuff. So Demetrius is now waking up, and who does he see? But he sees Helena. Oh my god. Oh, Helen, goodness, goddess, nymph, perfect, divine. To what, my love, shall I compare thine eyne? Crystal is muddy. Oh how ripen show thy lips, whose kissing cherries tempting grow. That pure that pure congealed white high Tartus snow, fanned with the eastern wind, turns to a crow. When thou holdest up thy hand, let me kiss the princess of pure white, the seal of bliss. And Helena was all like, hold the hell up. Oh spite, oh hell. She even says, oh hell. Oh hell, I see you are all bent to set against me for your merriment. If you were civil and knew courtesy, you would not do me thus much injury. Can you not hate me, as I know you do? Can you not hate me, as I know you do? But you must join in souls to mock me too. If you were men, as men you are in show. You would not use a gentle lady so to vow and swear and super praise my parts when I am sure you hate me with all your hearts. That is a good line right there. Start using super praise in all of your sentence or in all of your cordialness, I guess. You both are rivals and love Hermia, and now both rivals and mock Helena. To trim exploit and mainly enterprise, to conjure tears up in the poor maid's eyes, with your derision, none of noble sort, would so often a virgin and extort a poor soul patience, all to make your sport. So Helena's pissed. She's all like, this is not okay. Lysander's chiming in, you are unkind, Demetrius. Be not so, for you love Hermia. This you know I know. This you know I know. And here, with all goodwill, with all my heart, in Hermia's love, I yield you up my part. I'm getting in a fight. And yours of Helena's, to me bequeath, whom I do love and will not, who I do bequeath, whom I do love and will do until my death. Shit's getting real right now. Defeat all the Heartless. It's normal as Heartless. It's going well. Except I get in these stupid cutscenes, and it makes me mad that Pete is here. And why does Pete dress this way? Helena's now speaking. Never did mockers waste more idle breath. Demetrius, Lysander, keep thy Hermia. I will none. If e'er loved her, all love is gone. My heart to her, but a guest, but a guest wise sojournered, and now to Helen, is it home returned, there to remain. Helen, it is not so. Disparage not the faith thou dost not know, lest to thy peril, and obey it dear. Look where thy love comes. Yonder is thy dear. All right, now we're here. Do I save again? No. I hope we have a save point early. Yes, I'm gonna save. I love my indecision. Now watch me get to the top of these steps, and it's gonna be like, you like a cutscene? Here's a cutscene for you, baby. We also open chests faster. That's amazing. KH2 is so much better than KH1. This is so much better, and we're only 3 hours in. Now I get why people love these games. Because this one's good. I don't know anything about the story, but the gameplay's pretty good. I will give it that. Like, it's gotten a lot of that right, I feel like. And it's just improved. Like, I do like fighting in these games. Like, most of it feels pretty good. It feels relatively fair. For the most part. Except that one fight in the last one. I did not like that. Donald, cleaning up. Doing the work today. Have we only had PK's bingo? Has that been the only one today? Am I not pulling my weight by doing goofy ass things? I know I said treasure. Level up! I didn't make a word out of that. That's pretty good. That's a good one. Where the hell are we? Did I read this? Yeah, I did. Oh, Hermie is here now. Shit. I'm on this part. So the 4 lovers are about to all be on stage. So yeah, it's exciting that they're going to start having the big argument for this entire scene in a second. My coffee is very cold now. Boom. Ugh, so bad. Shit. I'm trying my best. Now, y'all, listen. For the next play that we read, I'm gonna read it off a DS. I can't wait. I'm gonna read it from 100 classic books. Chaz, what? It's a great idea. Hey Chaz, how you doing? Who is this fucker? So Hermia's now here, and she's gonna speak, and she's gonna talk to Lysander. I'm fine, Thomas. Glad to hear it. That's wonderful news, Chaz. Dark night from the eye. His function takes the ear more quick for apprehension makes, wherein it doth impair the scene sense. It pays the hearing double. Recompense. Thou art not by mine eye, Lysander found mine ear. I thank it. Brought me to thy sound. But why unkindly didst thou leave me so? Lysander says. Why should he stay whom love doth press to go? Which is a big ol' burn. What love could press Lysander from my side? Lysander's love. And Lysander is saying this. Lysander's love, that would not let him bide. Fair Helena, who more England's the night, than all yorn fiery ones, and eyes of light. Why seekest thou me? Could not this make thee? Could not this make thee known? The hate I bear thee make me leave thee so. Hermia replies, you speak not as you think, it cannot be. And finally, Helena says, lo, she is the one of this confederacy. Now I perceive they have conjoined all three to fashion this false sport in spite of me. Injurious Hermia, most ungrateful maid, have you conspired? Have you with these contrived to bait me with this fool derision? Is all the counsel that we two have oh my god, is all the counsel that we two have shared, the sisters' vows, the hours that we have spent when we have chilled and hasty-footed time for parting us, is all forgot. All school days, friendship, childhood innocence. We, Hermia, like two artificial gods. Like two artificial gods, have our needles created both one flower, both on one sampler, sitting on one cushion, both warbling of a song, both in one key, as our hands, our sides, our voices, our minds have had in cooperate. So we grew together like as a double cherry, seeming parted, and yet union and partition. Two lovely berries molded like one stem. So with one seeming bodies, but one heart. Two of the first, like coats and heraldry, do but to one in the crowded, with one crest. And will you rent your ancient love asunder? To join with men and scowling for your poor friend. It is not friendly, 'tis not maidenly. Our sex as well as I, made child of you for it, though I alone do feel the injury. She's upset because she's all like, "What the hell are you doing, conspiring with these two fools? Like, has our friendship meant nothing to you?" There's a lot going on in this play. Whew. Which will you read? The beginning. The beginning. Each journey rises the chance for the chance to I'm just reading this. Share the bonds with their paths may differ. I'm struggling today. I'm not reading this book. I've got too many things. This is a big chest! BK, a secret life hack. Alright. We got a map. Do you have a do you know which way is north, south, east, and west? Sometimes that might save your life. If you want to make sure that everything's okay, look at the sun. Don't look at the sun, but know where the sun is to kind of get a general sense of the time. But your phone will tell you the compass directions if you pull it up. The North Star is at the end of the Big Dipper, but if you can't see it, then tough. And that'll give you a general sense of where to go. Normally, head east. That's a terrible advice. Drink water. There you go. That's your life hack. Drink a lot of water. Interlude. Is any of this important? A long dream world between. Safety is always east. For the most part. Sometimes you head to the ocean, and the ocean is very safe. Is this important? Read more first. Actually. Oh, I don't even know if we're gonna get through the scene today. I'm losing it. Trust your bodies to the soothing waves of your memories. I can't just barge in. Should I be? Okay. Actually.
But wait a second.
Okay.
How come the Heartless are still running around?
Your past endeavors.
I'm dropping all my bookmarks. Vote now on your phones, right? I'm amazed. And Hermia is all like, whoa, that was very eloquent. Not when Thomas reads it. I am amazed at your words. I scorn you not. It seems that you scorn me. Have you not set Lysander as in scorn to follow me, to praise me, and praise my eyes, my face, and made your other love, Demetrius, who even by now spurned me with his foot to call goodness nymph and divine rare, perilous, celestial, or precious celestial. Whoever speaks he this, to her he hates, and therefore doth Lysander deny your love so rich with thy soul, and tender me forsooth affection, but your setting on by your consent. What thought I be not so in grace as you, so hung upon with love, so fortunate. But miserable most of your love to love unloved. This should you pity rather than despise. Hermia says, I understand not what you mean by this. I do preserve counterfeit sad looks. Make mouths upon me. Make mouths upon me when I turn my back. Wink each at each other. Hold the sweet jest up. This sport well carried shall be chronicled. If you have any pity, grace, or manners, you would not make me such an argument. But fare you well. 'Tis partly my own fault. Which death or absence soon shall remedy. Which is a little extreme. Let's not do that, okay? Stay, gentle Helena. Hear my excuse. My love, my life, my soul, my fair Helena. Oh, excellent. Then Hermia says to Lysander, Sweet, do not scorn her so. Demetrius to Lysander, If she cannot entreat, I must, I can comply. Lysander, thou canst compel, no more than she entreat. Thy treats, thy treats have no more strength than her weak prayers. Helen, I love thee. By my life, I do. I swear by with which I will lose for thee. To prove him false, and to says I love thee not. Demetrius is then chiming in. I say I love thee more than he can do. If thou say so, withdraw and prove it too. Quick, come, Lysander, Lysander, whereto tends this all? So Hermia is saying this again. There's a whole lot kind of going on right now. Away with you, Ethiop. She Lysander says to Hermia, because they're all arguing at this point. Demetrius to Hermia, no, no, he'll seem to break loose. Take on as you would follow. But yet come on. We have to tame man. Go. Lysander to Hermia, hang off, cast, hang off, thou. Go, burr, vile thing, let loose, or I will shake thee from thy. Shall shake thee like a serpent. Hermia, why have you grown so rude? What change is this, sweet love? Thy love? Out, thorny Tartar. Out, thorny Tartar. Thou loathed medicine, thou hated potion, hence. Do you not jest? Yeah. Everybody is just yelling at this point. It's going buck wild. Do you not jest? Yes, sooth, and so does you. Demetrius, I will keep my word with thee. So Lysander is now yelling at Demetrius. Demetrius says, I will. I have had your bond, for your perceive. A weak bond holds you. I will not trust your word. What? Should I hurt her, strike her, kill her dead? Although I hate her, I will not harm her so. So secretly, somewhere deep down, he knows that he's not going to do this. Hermia is now saying, what can you do? What can you do me greater harm than hate? Hate me? Wherefore? Oh me, what news, my love? Am I not Hermia? Are you not Lysander? Am I not fair as I was elsewhere? Since night you loved me, yet since night you left me. Why then have you left me? Oh, the gods forbid. In earnest, shall I say. During all this, they're like, hey, grab a hold of this person. We're going to be fighting during all this. We're angry. They're yelling, like, what's the deal with this? Lysander wants to punch Demetrius. Demetrius wants to kill Lysander. Helena's all like, listen, I'm not into this anymore. What the fuck's going on? Everybody's against me. And Hermia's kind of doing the same thing. Like, what is going on? No one knows what's going on. No one here, not even me. Everything's bad. Third person. First person. And it's... I'm gonna get another cutscene. Why can't they just make me walk through the door? We got more bingos. GG's on your bingos. Oh, what say Lysander is now responding to Hermia. Now remember, Hermia and Lysander are supposed to be the ones that are getting married, but Lysander now likes Helena, so it's all bad. I, by my life, and never did desire to see... Fucking hell. I, by my life, I never did desire to see thee more. Therefore, be out of hope, of question, of doubt. Be certain, never truer. 'Tis no jest. I do hate thee, and love Helena. And then Hermia finally lets loose of Lysander. Oh, me, and she turns to Helena. You juggler, you canker blossom, you thief of love, what have you come by night and stolen my love's heart from him? And a canker blossom is this worm. Look at that worm. Good worm. So they're finally starting to get it. Your true potential lies dormant. Why you gotta change clothes? What? I am so confused. Pedro Stones. Please.
Well, look who's here, dears. Sora, Donald.
It's a little bit of a soap opera, but it's more of just like a big lover spat. Fine, I faith, have you no modesty, no maiden shame, no touch of bashfulness. What will you tear impatient answers from your gentle tongue? Fie, you counterfeit, you puppet, you say, says Hermia to Helena. Puppet, why so? That goes, what goes the game. Now I perceive that she hath made compare between our statutes. She hath urged her height, and with her and with her personage, her tall personage, her height forsooth, and she hath prevailed with him. And you are grown so high in your esteem, because I am so dwarfish and so low. So she's comparing her height now, right now. How low am I to be a painted maypole? Speak. How low am I? I am not yet so low. But my nails they do reach with thine unto thine eyes. I pray you, though you mock me, gentlemen, let her not hurt me. I must never cursed. I have no gift at all for this screwiness, for this shrewishness. I am all right made I am a right made for my cowardice. Brett, you good? Use your inhaler. Let her not strike me. You you perhaps may find, because she is something lower than myself, that I can match her. That I can match her. Hermia says, lower, hark again. Good Hermia, do not do not be so bitter with me. Evermore did love you, I ever did love you, Hermia. Did ever keep your counsels, never wronged you, save that in love unto Demetrius. I told him of your stealth into the woods. He followed you for love. I followed him, but he hath chilled me. Hence, and threatened me to strike me, spurn me, nay, to kill me too. And now, so you will let me quiet go. To Athens will I bear my folly back. To follow you no further, let me go. You see how simple I am now fond, and how fond I am. So Helena at this point is all like, all right, listen, I get the deal, what's going on. I told him what happened, but clearly this isn't going to work out. I'm done. I'm going to leave. To let you guys kind of figure it out from here. I hope I remember which spot I am in. Do I have a sword now? I have Valor form. I look very different. Drive. What is drive? Gauge in the lower right. Consumed for transformations. What? Party members disappear when what?
Light.
I made Goofy into a sword. I can dual wield. And now my drive is gone. Oh. Oh my god. Form abilities are fixed? I am sore form. Oh my god. Star Seeker. Oh my god. There's so much stuff. No accessories. So can I swap these out? I guess not. Okay. I got nothing here. Every combo finisher equals 1 EXP. That's a lot. Equip. Look at that. Oh my god. So all these are equipped whenever I have that going. Holy hell. Well, why wouldn't you be using that all the time? Huh. A lot happened here. Alright. Am I gonna be in another cutscene? This doesn't feel like a real one. Britt?
I'm watching the Liverpool game, and some Liverpool player, he got injured, and like, bent his knee, like, started up one way, and then first, it bent at a natural angle.
I don't know if you heard Brittany's sound, but it was something. Part of a pic. What? Hold on over there. It's Jiminy Doo 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 Doo. There aren't trinities in this game, right? It's a puzzle piece. Pieces. Goodness, okay. Whew, this is a cutscene. No! I hate the gummy shirt. Why get you gone? Who tis that hinders you? Says Hermia. Helena responds, "A foolish heart that I leave here behind." What, with Lysander? With Demetrius. Oh, that's some heavy stuff right there. Be not afraid, she shall not she shall not harm thee, Helena. No, sir, she shall not. And though you take her part. Oh, when she is angry, she is keen and she is shrewd. She is keen and shrewd. She was a vixen when she went to school, and though she be but little, she is fierce. Little again, nothing but low and little. Why will you suffer her to flout me thus? Let me come to her. Get you gone, you dwarf. So everybody's now mad at Hermia, despite them loving Hermia a long time ago. Get you gone, you dwarf. You you minus of hindering not grass made. You bend, you acorn. You are too offish. You are too offish, and in her behalf that scorns her service. Let her alone. Speak not of Hermia. Speak not of Helena. Take not her part. For if thou dost intend never so little show of love to her, thou shalt abbot it. Now she holds me not. Now follow. Thou darest not try who. Thou darest to try what's right of thine or mine. Is most in Helena. Lysander was saying that to Demetrius. Demetrius replies, "Follow, nay, I'll go with thee. Check by jowl." So Demetrius and Lysander are now leaving to probably go fight. Who knows? Helena and Hermia are left. You mistress, all is a coil as long as you. And then Helena retreats. Nay, go back not. And Helena's also she's trying to leave stage, but now she's getting caught in the fight. I will not trust you, nor no longer stay in your crust company. Your hands than mine are quicker for a fray. My legs are longer though to run away. So still, they're ripping on Hermia for being short, which is rude. So Hermia is left on stage, alone. I'm I'm amazed and now not what to say. And know not what to say, rather. So Oberon now looks to Robin and is all like, "You fucked up big time. This is thy negligence. Still thou mistakest. Nor else committest thou knavish knaveries willfully. Believe me, King of Shadows, I mistook. Did not tell me I should know the man, but the Athenian garbs he had on. And so far blamest provest my enterprise that I have noticed in Athenians' eyes. And so far I am glad that I'm so glad it so did sort. I thought this bitch was dead. And so they're jangling I esteem a sport. Oh my god. I gotta deal with the gummy ship now.
It's your favorite gummy engineers here, ready for duty. Chip and Dave. Happy flying!
Only one?
That's no good.
Also, this is a voice acted, not cutscene.
I think it's a world we know.
Use the left stick to find the gummy ship. Try approaching the world with the stick at the bottom of the screen.
Huh? You want to go back to Twilight
Oh
Town?
wait, no.
Come on, we gotta get moving ahead.
Oh. Wait, what? Hold on, is this good? Or do I still have to do a gummy ship stuff? I don't have to do gummy ship stuff. Love that. Free flight gummy goodness. I love that. I love that. That's great. Oh. So Oberon's now going to yell at Puck. Robin. Thou seemest these lovers seek a place to fight. Ere, therefore, Robin, overcast thy night. The starry walking cover thou anon, and dropping fog as black as the Acheron. And lead these testy rivals so astray, as one come not within another's way. Like to Lysander, something frame thy tongue, and then stir Demetrius up with the bitter wrong. And sometimes rail thou like Demetrius, and from each other look thou lead them thus. Till o'er the bowels of death counterfeiting sleep, when late with leaden legs and batty wings doth creep, then crushed with the herb into Lysander's eyes, and he's giving him a flower. He's giving him the special flower again, whose liquor hath thus virtuous property, and take from thence all error from thy might, and make his eyeballs roll with the wonted sight. And when next wake with all derision shall seem a dream, a fruitless vision, and back to Athens shall the lovers wend, with league whose date till death shall never end. Whilst I in the affair doth employ, I'll to my queen and beg her Indian boy, and when I and I will her charmed eye release from monstrous view, and all the things shall be peace. My fairy lord, this must be done with haste, for night swift dragons cut the clouds full fast, and yonder shines Aurora's harboring, and at whose approach the ghosts wandering, and here and there, troop come with the churchyards, damned spirits, all in the crossways of the floods with being buried. have burial already, with their weary beds are gone. For fear lest they should look on their shames upon, with wilful themselves in exile from light, and must for aye consort with the black burrowed night. So a lot of shit's going on right now. So they're trying to fix all the stuff that's been going on. Beep. Where am I? That looks like a duck. That looks like a missile? Oh, it's this guy. Ability ring. Just 1 AP? I don't need that. Now, I can only have one piece of equipment on it. Oh, baby. Let's pick the bad staff. Items. Goofy. It's one better. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's not a whole lot better. All right. Can I sell these? No. What? Moogles. I can't make anything. Okay. I don't have stuff right now. What is Scrooge doing here? A business typhoon. From any world? Oh my god. What's on the racket? He's got ice cream too? What is with the people and ice cream? What? Oh, and my drive is maxed out at 3. This seems cutscene as hell. This seems like a long one that's gonna happen. I think I'm on this. Oberon's now speaking to Robin again. But we are the spirits of another sort, and with the morning's love have oft made sport. Like a forester, the groves made tend. God, I'm gonna get in a stupid ass fight. Defeat the nobodies. What are nobodies? And like the forester with the groves make tend, even in the eastern gate, all fiery red. Opening on Neptune with fair blessed beams, turns yellow gold his salt green streams. But, notwithstanding haste, make no delay. We make effect of the business ere today. Then Robin's, and he exit. Robin's left on stage, and he says, up and down, I'll lead them up and down, with the fear, I am feared in field and town. Goblin, lead them up and down. Here comes one. Lysander is there. Where art thou, proud Demetrius? Speak thee now. Robin in Demetrius' voice. Here, villain, drawn and ready. Where art thou? I will be with thee straight. Follow me, then, into the plainer ground. So he's trying to lead people all around at this point. Lysander, speak again. Thou runaway, thou coward, art thou fled? Speak in some bush. Thou'st hide, and where dost thou hide thy head? So they're all getting in stuff. Oh god, am I gonna get help? Okay, we won.
Hey, you guys!
Oh, it's her!
I see you're still in top form.
What'd you expect?
And so Robin, thou coward art in the begging of the stars, telling the bushes with that thou art for wars, that thou lookest for wars, and wilt not come? Come, recant, come, thou child. I'll whip thee with the rod. He is defiled. That draws a sword on thee. Demetrius says, and ye, and ye, yeah, art thou there? And then Robin is saying this, follow my voice. Will make no manhood here. They're just running around at this point, so that's all that's going on. He comes before me, and Lysander saying this. He comes before me, and still dares me on. When I come where he calls, and he is gone. The villain is much lighter heeled than I. I followed fast, and faster did he fly. Then fallen am I in the dark, uneven way, and here will rest me. Come, thou gentle day. For it will, but if once thou show me thy gray light and find Demetrius and revenge this spite. So Lysander has now fallen asleep. Robin and Demetrius both enter, and then Robin in Lysander's voice, ho ho ho, coward, thou comest not. Abide me, if thou darest. For well I wot. Thou runnest before me, shifting every place. And darest not stand, nor look at me on my face. Whereas thou art now, come hither, I am here. Nay, then, thou mockest me, thou shalt bide this deer. We're so close to being finished the scene. If ever I face thy daylight see, now go thy way. Faintness constraineth me to measure out my length of this cold bed. By day approach and look to be visited. So he falls asleep too. Then enter Helena. For some reason, she's come back onto the scene. O watery night, O low, O tedious night, abate thy hours. Shine comforts from the east that I may take back to the Athens by daylight. For from this poor company detest and sleep, and sometimes shut up sorrows I. Steal me a while with mine own company. So she falls asleep too. Robin is there and is all like, cool, everything's going fine. Ye but three, come one more. Two both kinds makes up four. Here she comes, crust and sad. Cupid, a knavish lad, thus to make poor females mad. So Hermia is now on the scene. And remember, Hermia and Lysander are supposed to be a couple, but Lysander likes Helena now. Helena likes Demetrius, and then they're all kind of caught up. But Demetrius also likes Hermia, but Hermia no more. So Hermia all being dejected and upset now. Because like, oh man, no one loves me anymore. What the hell? Never so weary, never so in woe. Dabbled in the dew and the thorn of briars. I can no further crawl, can no further go. My legs can keep no pace from this, with my desires. Here will I rest. Here will I rest me till the break of day. Heavens shield Lysander, if they mean a fray. She's finally asleep. So everyone's asleep now. Everybody's quiet and just chilling out. On the ground, sleep sound, I apply to your eye. Gentle lover remedy. And he's putting the nectar specifically on Lysander's eyes, because he's like, Lysander, I need you to see Hermia, and I need you to see her now. When thou wakest, thou takest true delight in the sight of the former lady's eye, and the country proverb known, that every man shall take his own. In your waking shall be shown, Jack shall have Jill, not shall go ill. The man shall have his mare again, and all shall be well. And so he finally leaves. And that ends Act 3. I'm gonna look for a save point. My little voice is dying. Brightshard! What are these little warp balls? Oh. So Hollow Bastion just kind of has their shit together. And like everything. Ooh, what's up here? Ooh, 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 what's that? So I'm getting help from Hollow Bastion? Hollow Bastion's all like, hey, we got you, bro. We're gonna do some fighting with for you. Drive recovery. Oh, that seems real good. So if I run out of drive, that can be an item I just use. Puzzles. No. Do you think... Wait. No. You can't fly. Right? Can you fly? Someone mentioned about glide earlier. And glide is the fly spell? Is that right? Oh my god. Treasure. Marketplace. Shit, we're back here. Well, there's the save up the front, right? Let's just... Oh... Now I see goodies. Nice. No! I was... Oh, okay. Yeah, we're just gonna hit the save point and call it a day. I think that's fair. I'm sure when I get the high jump, there are more cutscenes. Well, guess what? You're getting lucky. I'm gonna have to watch them. Because I haven't read any of Act 4. Basically, Act 4 is gonna be Bottom's time to shine. Oh, I'm sorry. What? Where's fucking Merlin's house? I followed this path. A secret video game hint. What's a good hint for a video game? I don't want to consult the book, so I'm looking around. What's the video game I have?
We missed you.
Well, if you ain't
Do you play Super Smash Brothers? In Super Smash Brothers, you should probably like.
Do what?
A while back, everyone suddenly remembered.
Unless you played the old
all at
ones,
the
I would
same
say
time.
turn off up to jump so that your tilts are easier to use.
Remembered?
Like up tilt,
Wait,
it'll be
does
easier
that
to
mean
use
you
that way.
forgot about
Or
us?
map the tilts to your C stick.
So where have you guys been
Just
all
think
this
about
time?
that. You can
We
map
were
the buttons.
sleeping.
It's pretty great.
Where? In cold storage?
Some people don't know that. Because they don't just tell you. It's just in a menu somewhere.
It doesn't matter. This is great. Everyone's together again.
So, we're trying to find Riku and the king. Have you seen him?
So wait, hold on. I thought they said that Kingdom Heart, when they did the
Sorry.
thing, all the
Let us
worlds
know
weren't
if there's
connected.
anything
Are the
we can
worlds
do to
connected
help,
again or
okay?
not?
Okay, thanks.
And that they couldn't see these
Don't
people.
go thanking us just yet.
Hollow Bastion's got a problem.
I might be confused.
A big problem.
You mean like nobodies and heartless?
Maybe I'm confused.
That's right.
Sounds like you could use our help.
Then let's cut to the chase. Sora, Donald, Goofy.
Oh, he has
we
to
were hoping
find a
the three of you might
workaround.
give us a hand around here.
Like we're gonna
Mm.
say no?
I forgot who I'm dealing with.
Oh, what do you mean by that?
Just think of it as a sort of.
Is he that tall or is he
compliment.
sitting? He's probably that tall.
Follow me to the Bailey. There's something you need to see.
Oh, Merlin. That's
I
right.
thought it was
Merlin
you.
and the other guy are
Right on
different.
time.
That's Brian. Sora and the gang said they're gonna help out.
Splendid. We'll count on you.
Right.
Right. Ah, yes. Did you give them the cards, dear?
Cards? This isn't that game. What's that bad
Here.
game that we played?
They're
Chain of
presents
Memories.
For you. Leon thought you might like to have them.
Hollow Bastion Restoration Committee honorary member.
God.
Membership cards.
Kinda cool, huh?
Hey, thanks, Leah. Huh? Oh no, we're supposed to be at the Bailey.
We're a member of the club. What about your magic? That's right. Oh, she's tall too. Damn. Forgot you were asleep. Do I get spells? Please give me spells. Please give me spells. No. Blizzard! Nice. Now teach me heal. Fire is a defensive spell? That's wrong. That's so wrong. That's wrong. Oh, well maybe that's cool.